For the 2017-2018 application cycle, almost 19 million people applied for financial aid. Due to the rising cost of getting a degree, more and more people are turning to financial aid through grants, loans, and scholarships to fund their education. One of the most intimidating and confusing parts of the process is the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA. But it doesn't have to be scary. FAFSA is a form you use to apply for student aid to go to college or career school in the United States. Individual states also use FAFSA to determine who gets state aid as well. You need to fill it out every year if you want to use federal and state student aid. Filling out the FAFSA takes around half an hour, as long as you have your Social Security number, a permanent resident card if you have one, W-2 forms or any form that shows your income, and your tax returns. You may also need your parents' Social Security numbers, birthdays, W-2 forms, and tax returns.
Well, the FAFSA is first and foremost a prerequisite for the federal student loans, which are less expensive and more available than private student loans. So it's kind of a gateway to all forms of financial aid, not just the federal student loans.
It asks you for your income and assets and the income and assets of your parents in order to determine how much federal aid you qualify for. Any small change in your finances can make a big difference in the amount of aid you receive.
So I encourage families to file the FAFSA every year, even if they got nothing other than loans last year, because the formula is really complicated, and slight changes in family and financial circumstances can sometimes make a big difference in the amount of aid that you receive. For example, when you go from one child in college to two children in college, that number of children in college figure is a divisor of the parent contribution portion of the EAC. So when you go from one child in college to two children in college, that's like dividing the parent income in half. And that can make a really big difference in the amount of financial aid that you receive.
It's also important to know the FAFSA will ask for your income from the past 2 years. So if you're filing for the fall 2020, spring 2021 school year, you will be asked for your 2018 tax information. A good tip is to use the IRS data retrieval tool to automatically transfer your tax returns straight into the FAFSA if you're eligible.
If your income has changed substantially from 2 years ago to the academic year in which you're enrolled, you should definitely appeal to the College Financial Aid Office for them to make an adjustment in your financial aid to correspond to the change in income. But don't just assume that the financial aid offer that you receive is fixed and won't change if your family circumstances don't change.
Be sure to fill out the FAFSA as soon as the application opens on October 1st, so you can maximize the amount of federal aid you can receive.
If you delay filing the FAFSA, there may be no more state money available to you. So the sooner you file the FAFSA, the more money there will be.
Your college or university might have a different deadline for financial aid, but it's a good rule to fill out the form as soon as possible. But also know that you might have to fill out other forms to qualify for other aid such as scholarships. The most important thing is to just fill out the FAFSA because you don't want to leave money on the table that can be used to fund your future.
About 2 million students a year don't file the FAFSA who wouldn't qualify for a Pell Grant, and about 1.3 million of them would have qualified for the maximum Pell Grant. So they're literally leaving money on the table.
If you have any questions, don't be afraid to contact your school's financial aid office or use the FAFSA website at studentaid.ed.gov.